It's acceptable. It's balls to the walls. We've got the guitar player from Accept, Mr. Uwe Lulis. And, we've got a very special episode today because we're going to talk about playing on a classic metal band. We're going to talk about analog versus digital mixing and, of course, his brand new amplifier back there. And that's really exciting as well because it's absolutely unique and new in the whole tube amp world. But seriously, we're going to get into it in just a second here. Let's roll the intro clip. Thanks so much for coming on the show, dude.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. He came out here special to talk about his new amp and whatnot, and I keep bumping into him. I'm going to be honest with you. I meet so many people at these fucking conventions and stuff. It's like he's been texting me all year. Dude, you don't return my texts anymore. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck you, man.
And I'm just like, oh my God, that was you. I'm such an asshole. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you're doing right now, and what your background is.
Well, yeah, my name is Uwe Lulis, and I was in the 90s. I was playing in a band called Gravedigger. I mean, I did it till 2000. Then I had another band, Rebellion, and 10 years ago I joined Accept, Balls to the Wall.
Right. So you were not in the actual Balls to the Wall video with that.
Oh no,
with that awesome synchronized. Because that was cool, actually. Well,
yeah, I mean, as a young guy, we always saw the band live. When I was 50, I said, that's a shit, man.
Yeah, I wanted to do that too, but yeah, nowadays you look back at it, it's like, oh fuck, what were we thinking? But yeah, it is.
We're still doing this live, with the balls thing. Yeah?
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, well there we go. Great. It's very cool. And so you've been with Accept for how long now?
That's 10 years now.
Okay, cool.
I joined in 2014. Yeah.
How difficult is that?
Well, at the end of the day, for me it's a cherry on top. I mean, I had my career with Gravedigger. We were touring the world and stuff, and then I had a break for 10 years, and then a friend of mine asked me for a stage manager job for Accept and Sabaton, and I said, okay, it's just for festivals, I can do it, because they run out of people, 2 years later, they asked me to join the band. I said, hey.
Well, that's how it usually winds up.
Yeah.
I mean, like, most of Megadeth's drummers used to be their techs,
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like, oh, we need a new drummer. Hey, you're already in here.
The best part was they didn't know me. They didn't know my band because they were, out of business long time, And
Okay.
Uwe, yeah, he's a tech. Okay. And then we had the first shows in Mexico. We had this run with here autograph sessions and so on. And then people come by, Gravedigger tattoos and Gravedigger albums to sign. And Wolf was sitting right. He asked, "Who the fuck are you?" I said, "You don't know what kind of monster you brought in your band."
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
The crazy thing is, if I go through my tape archive at home from like the late 80s, early 90s during my college days, I've actually got some Gravedigger in there. So small fucking world. It's amazing who you run into like 30 years later.
Yeah.
And just a little shout out to my friends at 70,000 Tons of Metal. Gravedigger was actually on the boat, and I did get a chance to check them out live. So
and
that
they kick ass.
Yeah, and they're still very, very good. So that was cool to finally get to see them after all these years as well. But dude, good for you. So what we want to talk about, though, is you've got a new amp, and I was talking with the designer a little bit earlier today. What's the designer's name?
It's Mario from Tube Workshop.
And they're based where?
They're here close to South Germany, Heilbronn area, Karlsruhe, Heilbronn.
Okay.
And we ran on the Guitar Summit 2 years ago. We ran,
Right.
Yeah, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, Guitar Summit's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it this year. But how long has this been in development, and when did it come out?
1 year.
Okay.
Yes.
And
1 year of bringing sweat to Mario's skin,
Okay. Yeah. So when was it released?
It was released this year in March, April, something
Okay.
like this. You can get it on Toman, of course, yeah.
Okay, so what was the basic concept behind it?
So it's basically a JCAIM 800 Marshall transported into the 21st century. We had this little overdrive. This is my old OD1 Boss from the original Grand, and he kind of copied that and make it better and more punchy. And then we took the focus of the mid-range, because I love this mid-range on the, my Les Paul needs mid-range. And
Right.
And then the rest is your ears.
Okay.
Listen to it.
So it's an 800, so a little bit different mids, and hopefully a little more bottom end. I always found the 800s were a little bit wimpy in the bottom end. I always preferred like a Gem P, something like that.
Right. That's a combination. I mean, I have an SH5 here in my guitar, plus the.
Remember, kids, it's all about the pickups. What cabs were you running back in those days?
This was normal Marshall cabs with V30s.
Even back in the 80s, didn't the V30 even come? When did that come out?
Oh, no, it was the original. It was 75ers.
It was the T75s. Okay,
right.
And that's the thing. I mean, like, I bet you plug that into some T75s, you're gonna get that sound.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing, because I used to, and this is the thing. I'll admit, I hated the T75 for the longest time. I could never get a good sound out of it. Always fucking hated it. And Chris McVeigh brought in his cab, and he's like, "This is awesome. I love this Marshall cab." I look at T75. I was like, "Oh my god, this sucks." And he's like, "Plug it in, try it out." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah.
And then I remember though, back in the studio days though, there wasn't the 57. They'd mic it up with a 57 and a 421, and then blend. I did that, and it was like, "Oh, I got this." Okay, that's a fucking cool sound. That's what I'm after. So the thing is, if you're on T75s, don't run just a 57. Have something to go with it. Usually a 421 will do the trick, and just a little blend.
All right.
Okay, so that's my thing. But you look on all the recording notes for back in those days. That's usually what it was. It was a 57 and a
57, and you have the headphones on, and you're looking for the sweet spot. And some this takes 2 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a little longer.
And then you need a good board. You need a good, speakers and good player, of course.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But now we've got a Dynamount to position the mic, and those things are amazing. Have you ever used one?
Well, no.
I'll have to introduce you to those guys. They're fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Just big shout out to the Russo brothers. We love your product. It's incredible. Seriously, if you haven't checked out Dynamount, check them out. They're amazing. So, this is going to segue into the next part. We are going to check out the amp in a sec, but I want to ask you about this because we were talking about this a little bit earlier. So you're not mixing in the box. You're mixing on an old Yamaha PM5000.
Yes. Analog.
Yes. So tell us all about that. What's that all about?
Yeah, I was working on a DM2000 for 15 years, and in the early days.
Who made the DM2000?
As a Yamaha too.
Okay.
So one of the first digital boards, expensive.
Yeah.
Great board, still have it, but in the early days I was working on SSL and Neve and stuff, and then after a while I said something is missing, I love this 3D tone. I love this, this bending from the boards when you drive this. Yeah. And then I bought this board and put my Pro Tools on and run the tracks, sum all the shit, and then, the sound is back. Here it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Without any EQing, without any compression, just the board, and here we go.
And that's something I'm going to say. I mean, like I started mixing on the Neve earlier this year. I got that in. You guys saw all that, and then the failure, and then the resurrection. It's running brilliantly now, but that was the first thing I noticed. I don't have to compress the living shit out of everything on my board to get it to sound good.
Yeah.
Digital, you can really tell a digital mix in modern metal anyway, because it features something I've heard on Sony mixes, and I call that the brick snare.
Right.
And that's when they just compress the ever living shit out of the fucking snare, and there's no transient anymore. It's a solid brick of sound. It's like, there's no smack or punch anymore.
Yeah, right. And
it's all just flat.
Yeah, what's annoying me is if you listen to a car and you have all these noises around you, and you hear really low, you only hear the snare would mix and vocals, and that's all. Where the guitars, where the bass, where the main sound,
Mm-hmm. That's a very good point. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. And okay, so we were discussing this a little bit before I got in, and for me anyway, the big thing I noticed when I went to analog, when I went on the Neve, is it reminded me of my college days, because we had a 2-inch Studer and we had an MCI console, and we could dial in the heaviest fucking tones ever, no problem. But when I went to digital, suddenly I'd start palm muting, the bass would go all over the place.
It's gone.
Yeah, and it's like just blah, blah, blah.
I know.
And that's where Andy Sneap started the C4 thing to get the palm mutes under control. And then that became kind of the sound of modern metal, because everybody just copied Andy. I mean, like, everybody copied.
I mean, yeah, which is fair to say, my respect.
Yes.
It's cool. He made a cool sound, but it's not my...
Well, that's like even Andy's mixing on an SSL these days, it's just like even he's gone full circle. He's got a very nice console. But Andy kind of started that whole thing, and exactly. Massive respect to Andy. He made digital work, but unfortunately, everybody just kind of copied it and didn't really push
it sounds all the same nowadays. It's like if you listen to this band, same presets, same everything. You know, so, okay, it's kind of boring. Eh?
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's very
And it hurt
predictable.
my ears sometimes. You know,
Yeah,
when I
again,
crank the
because
shit
everything's
and- oh.
compressed the fuck.
Yeah.
And so the big change for me is going to the Neve console is I don't have to compress the lower mids on the guitar anymore. The board just absorbs all that shit. It just smooths it
Well,
out.
the board compresses by itself. If
Exactly.
if we run it hotter and hotter and hotter. I mean, in the early days when we track guitars, you know, I have my VU meters on the SSL. They were like this, and they're not moving.
Right.
And then the board sounds awesome. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So crank the shit.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Yeah, you can do that on a Genesis. You just crank up the pre's and then just bring the output faders back a little bit
Yeah.
so you don't clip
Yeah.
your digital ins, and you're going to be good to go. And then the
Yeah.
crazy thing is when you're taking the signal out of the DAW, you can crank up the line amps and hit the transformers
Right,
again.
yeah.
And you can saturate that. So and that really works nice on
Then you
drums.
see the 3D effect is coming in. Oh, you can grab the music. You know, it sounds good. You know, you can hear it loud. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it's very
punchy
cool.
and
That's the biggest difference I've found anyway with digital versus analog. Digital, you can only push it up so far, and then it starts to
yeah,
fall
it goes
apart.
to 0 and that's it.
And that, yeah, exactly. Whereas on an analog console, you can push it up and it sounds good. You know, that's the big thing. And I don't know about you, but I find I can mix with confidence. I push out the faders. I know it's going to sound good. I know it's going to translate.
right.
Whereas on digital, I've got to go check that mix on like 4 or 5 different systems before I
Right.
know I can let it out. The biggest problem with digital is it puts out what you put in.
Right, it's too clean for me. I mean, you know, I'm home in both worlds. You know, when we're on tour and I have my laptop in the hotel room with my little interface and I have to work a little bit, and it's good to have it. You know, I mean, yeah, in the early days we had the alcohol and the groupies and stuff, and that's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gosh
we
darn
replace
that,
the shit
yeah.
with the fucking laptop and the interface and the guitar in your hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank Crumb, those days are over.
You're crazy, man.
All right. Okay. So that's a little bit about the mixing philosophy, and you're on the Yamaha PM5000, right?
Right, yeah.
The cool thing is some of those old Yamaha boards are still somewhat affordable. Apparently, the prices you were saying are going up on the 5000.
Yeah, I got it for 5,000, but I checked prices, last year, and it's going up to 35,000 now.
Wow.
So because people recognize, oh fuck, man, we
What's-
need to get the old shit back, you know.
Yeah. How big's the power supply on that thing?
It's just like this,
Okay. That's
and
not
it
too
consumes one kilowatt per hour. Or something.
Oh, that's
It's
not
nothing,
bad.
That's all. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like-
regarding to the SSL in the
Yeah,
days.
yeah. Like, well, Warren had an SSL at his place, and the thing is, you never saw the power supply. It went up to the ceiling,
Yeah, it was
and it was loud as
It was in a
fuck.
separate room.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
Loud as fuck with
it
all
was,
of it.
It was loud as fuck, hot as fuck. It was like a whole ritual to turn in the console and to climb underneath and turn all the buckets on and
Yeah.
shit. It was really archaic, and the computer was actually like 3 Commodore 64s.
That's all
strapped together.
with the big floppies, you know.
Yeah, the floppies were gigantic. It was amazing, but the thing sounded killer.
Yeah, it sounded killer.
It's
and-
like you push it up, it sounds like a record. That's the same thing with the Neve. That's the same thing with the Yamaha. And you were saying that thing's it'll do automation with Pro Tools too.
Yeah, I can
That's
with a little MIDI converter. I can run my auto mix on the computer, you know, with Pro Tools, and I save the session, and the auto mix is saved, and everything is
That's
fine.
fucking. I want to come
perfect.
I want to come to your studio. Check
Yeah,
that out, dude.
yeah.
I really do. Okay, so while you're here, let's check out the amp. So this is the Tube Workshop Lulis.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Let's go balls to the wall.
What? Overdrive. Come on, up. Only one.
Oh God, my apologies to Wolf Hoffman. That's super cool. Of course, we're just hearing it out of the monitors, and I know the crew here does their absolute best at Gear Street. So I'm not going to rag on them too much about the tones or whatnot. I would love to get the amp into the studio at some
Yeah.
point. I'd love to hook that in and hook that.
Dude,
that.
you have to hear it on for 12. This is.
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to put it through my T75s. I want to put it through my vintage blackbacks. I've got some 77 blackbacks that are just amazing.
That's great. We're There's a cabinet existing for this guy, and it has two 430s and two creamback 65s in cross position. And
Oh,
this
cool.
is so awesome.
Well, speaking of Accept, though, you guys are actually going out on the road in North America with KK's Priest.
Right. It started in 2 weeks, and then yeah,
How long are you guys going out on the road for?
for 5 weeks. I
Okay,
guess.
cool.
Then we-
I think I'm going to try catching them on the road, like when they play
Yeah.
Detroit or something. Should be a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Should be cool indeed. And so you guys are going out for there, and then when you come back to Europe for the winter, or what's the deal?
No, we come back to Europe and start a tour immediately.
Oh, really?
And it goes till December then, and then the year's over for me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
And we played this year 59 shows,
Wow.
something like this.
Not bad, not bad.
No, hold on, it was more. 90 shows was.
Jeez.
Yeah, started in spring in South America and stuff. We had all the festivals this summer, you know.
Right on. Cool.
New album, you know.
Okay, want to give a great big shout out to Summer Cable for doing Gear Street here. They are awesome people. They make awesome cables, and if you need something great, go check them out. So, nice Gibson. May I
Thanks.
see? May I see?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Don't break it. It's my baby.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, okay. So this is very well played, and it's got the original Gravedigger pick. You were saying this was your first.
Yeah, that's
custom
when we
pick?
get the first march of, you know.
I'm in,
the first one I
I'm in
put
a
it-
real band. It's a custom
It's
pick.
here since '91.
Wow. Damn, we're old.
Yeah, we are. Really
Anyway,
old.
yeah, so this is definitely a very well played guitar.
Oh, yeah.
No problem there. It's still, the paint looks to be in better shape than when I got my brand new Mustaine V. So this is how Gibson used to do it, and when they did it right. These days, maybe not so much. This is when they actually built
Yeah,
quality
she's really
instruments.
solid. I mean,
What year do you pick that up, actually?
No, music started in Germany somewhere, and
What year?
it was '91.
91.
It was brand new.
Wow, there you go.
And
So,
it played all the Gravedigger albums. by the
okay,
way.
that's super cool. And that's my point. This is the thing, okay? Like Gibsons back in the day were amazing, and nobody can deny that. Today's quality leaves something to be desired. I was going to make some Gibson jokes, but it's like, yeah, that's like a 34-year-old guitar, 33-year-old
Yeah,
guitar?
it's 91 count. So 91. It's 30 something, 39 or something.
Jeez. That's a quality instrument.
Still in my hands.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I'll take it to the grave.
All right, so there we go, Mr.
Uwe Lulis.
Just my German pronunciation is
pronounce
horrible.
this, man.
No, not very well at all. Dude, seriously, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, buddy.
Make sure you check out the Lulis from Tube Workshop. Very cool amp. Like I said, hopefully we're going to get one on the show, and I can do a full rig rundown on that and break it down and show you what it's all about. And in the meantime, if you want to go check out A Killer Show, go check out Accept. They're on the road with KK's Priest. Hope to see you there.
Yeah.
Until then, fuck off.
And check out the groupies.
My wife's going to kill me.